Hello, my name is Christine. I'm from Puppet Show 75. You guys probably are friends with me on Facebook, or you follow me on Instagram, or you follow me everywhere. So, today is I want to do is start out anew. And what I'm going to do is probably use this for my introduction for my new upcoming. It started with one. So, a little bit about me. I live in uh, Washington and I grew up mostly here. I had a pretty crazy childhood and I have really good friends and everything. But one day I decided that there has to be something different. There's always been something different about me. So, one day I picked up a puppet and it went from there. And now I am a puppeteer. And so I wanted to tell you that this is, it all started with one. So in this first segment, we're going to discuss on how fun it is to play with puppets, and maybe it'd be great for anybody else that would like to join me to do this. It'd be awesome because I have so many puppets that I can't possibly do it by myself. So if anybody is ever interested to come and do some videos with me, that'd be awesome. Now I'm going to introduce you to one of my friends. His name is Charlie. But the thing is, because of editing purposes, I'm going to name him a different name. In my family, there was a Charlie Moskin, and so that's his last name now. It's not going to be McCarthy anymore. It's going to be Charlie Moskin. So here he is. So this is Charlie. He is what they call a ventriloquist dummy. And he's really fun. His eyes move up and down. Sorry, messed up. His eyebrows move up and down. His eyes move back and forth, and his mouth moves. It makes him have a realistic features on him. So when you move him, I'll move him real quick. It makes it look like he's actually alive. I really think this is really cool. It's really cool to have somebody that is your co-star that actually looks like you're alive, and he can actually make it look like he's following you around. He's laughing. He has expressions on his face. I just think he's one of the coolest guys, I think he's just pretty cool. So there he is. His name is Charlie. Can you say hi, Charlie? Hey, my name is Charlie. How you doing today? I hope one day you could come. Well, hope one day you could come and see us. Talk to you later. The problem is when you start this craft, it is really fun because you can learn how to do a lot of voices. Once you figure out that you can do all the voices, you tend to want to get more to expand your reality. You want to expand it. You have one friend. Well, your friend can't be alone. So you have to get more friends. And that's the reason why I have so many of them, because I just don't want my friends to be lonely. And so I started with him. Well, not exactly. I started with Pork Chop, which you'll see in a second. But after that, it exploded. I started getting one after the other. I have to get this one. Now, one thing I gotta say, when I was younger, I did not like ventriloquist dummies. they freaked me out. So there are different variations of Charlie, which I didn't really realize until I started looking around. The thing I wanted when I was growing up was I didn't, like I said, I didn't like them. I thought their eyes were weird because they looked at you. So the thing I wanted to do is they say you always fight your fears. So I bought one. And when I bought one, I just liked them a lot. There was a movie that me and my daughter used to watch, and it had puppets in it, and this puppet named Billy and the ventriloquist lady. I'm not like that, so please don't be alarmed. So what happens is I started collecting more. So there was one, and now there's two. This is a this is one called the Spooky Eye Doll because when you move, his eyes move, and you can see his eyes moving back and forth. He's the kind of one that you'd find in one of those haunted houses, maybe, but he's pretty cool. He's a drawstring. I am really not particular in drawstrings. Really not particular in drawstrings. I don't like the ones that use the back and neck because when you use them, it looks like they're having seizures, and I'm really not excited about those. And then what happened is I went from him and I started going to old stores and I found another one. The one that I have with me right now is we haven't figured out his name. I think in the old days it was Simon Says. So, so the thing I did is I saw him at a in one of these places that a swap meet, and I was like, that's the coolest little thing in the world. So I ended up picking him up. His drawstring doesn't work that great right now because I got to get him fixed. But this is Simon Says. You can hold him like a baby, and people kind of think he's actually a baby. So that's Simon Says. He's pretty cool, and the body is made out of. I think his body has some kind of wood in him, and so bark dust. Sorry, his body has bark dust in it. And so he's really pliable. And he's really kind of heavy, but you can carry him around and have no problem. He's not going to bust on you, even though he was made I think he was made in the 30s. So he sits over here. Well, my family goes, how can you sit there and have your dolls on on your, I think it's on your drawer. How can you have them on your drawer? Because they sit there and their eyes are like this. Isn't it creepy? It's not that creepy. But if you get creeped out, throw a towel over their head. But just kidding. But anyway, it's not creepy at all. You know that he's not real. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, there's many generations of Charlie. And what happened is one day I was pretty lucky because this lady was selling him on, I think it was, I forgot, Let It Go. And she put this Charlie up. And I was like, that's the coolest thing. So this is how I ended up with so many Charlies, because some reason people collected Charlies way back in the 40s or the 60s and the 40s, 60s, 70s, you know. And so what happens is they come out of circulation every once in a while, and it's very, very rare to get. It's very rare to get them. But anyway, stop mumbling. This Charlie was made 1960 something, I believe. But that's how I ended up with three Charlies. I wasn't gonna go crazy on the Charlie McCarthy, but when you can't miss up a deal, that's the problem with puppet people. When we find a deal, we grab it as fast as we can and not realize we don't have enough room anymore for them. here he is. So this is the first one I showed you. Second one. There's the third one. I'm very impressed with them, actually. He's a pull string. He's a pull string. Right there. He's a pull string. And then Charlie, this is not a pull string. This is what the one looks like when they're done being a pull string, and they actually have their own little mechanisms. So when I started with, like I said, I was scared of them, but when I started with them and Jeff Dunham, I saw Jeff Dunham on TV, and I said, you know what? I think those are cool, and they're not so scary anymore. So I hope you like this segment of It Started With One, and we will keep going. Next time, I think we're going to do the segment on their clothes and some props that I use to keep keep the puppets going. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and next time we'll bring some more stuff out, and I will talk to you later. Thank you for listening. Bye.